another concept, radical center. Radical axis concept completed now. Now radical center. So radical axis means with reference to two circles. A radical center means with reference to three circles. See here, the centers of any three circles are non-collinear. Then the radical axis of each pair of circles chosen from the three circles are concurrent. The point of concurrency is called radical center of the given circle. Means I will explain here. Here three circles are given. Assume that these three are not touch each other. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? Pairwise radical axis. So this is the radical axis of these two circles. Say L1 equal to 0. So this is the radical axis of these two circles. Say L2 equal to 0. This is the radical axis of these two circles. Say L3 equal to 0. According to this definition, these three are concurrent lines. The point of concurrency is called the radical center of these three circles. Okay, so the center of any three circles are non-collinear. This is important, non-collinear. Means these 3 points are not collinear. Then the radical axis of each pair of circles chosen from the three circles are concurrent. The point of concurrency is called radical center. This is called radical center. Okay students, now I want to prove that these three radical axes are concurrent. So the point of concurrence is known as radical center. So here let S1 equal to 0, comma, S2 equal to 0, comma, S3 equal to 0 are three circles whose centers are non-collinear. Okay. Radical axis of S1 equal to 0 and S2 equal to 0 is, just we need to subtract S2 from S1, what will get, that is radical equation. So L1, which is nothing but S1 minus S2 equal to 0. Next, pairwise I am finding. So this is the radical axis of these two circles. So radical axis of I will find these two first. Radical axis of S2 equal to 0 and S3 equal to 0 is, I can say L3, which is S2 minus S3 equal to 0. Important. If two lines are given, this is L1 equal to 0, this is L2 equal to 0, two lines are given, they are intersect each other. The set of lines which are passes through this point should have the form L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0 only. L1 equal to 0 is one straight line, L2 equal to another straight line. Through this point you can draw infinitely many lines. All the lines should have this form only. L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0 only, where lambda is a real number, any real number. Okay, similarly, this is one straight line, this is another straight line, L1 one straight line, L2 another straight line, they are intersecting at some point. Through this point you can draw infinitely many lines. All the lines should have the form L1 plus lambda L3 equal to 0. Okay, the lines which are passing through the point of intersection of L1 equal to 0 and L3 equal to 0 are L1 plus lambda L3 equal to 0. There exist many lines which are passing through this point, which are in the form of L1 plus lambda L3 equal to 0. Now it is enough to prove that there exists a lambda, so that this line is nothing but radical axis of these two circles. Okay, do one thing. Put lambda equal to 1. Then what happened? This one L1 plus L3. L1 plus L3 means what? L1 plus L3, add these two, S2 get cancelled, what will get? S1 minus S3 will get. What is S1 minus S3? Equation of radical axis of these two circles only, no? So that is equal to 0 only. Means if lambda equal to 1, there exists straight line which is passing through the point of intersection of these two. That is nothing but radical axis of these two circles. From this, we can conclude that radical axis of these three circles are concurrent, which is the radical axis of S1 equal to 0 and S3 equal to 0. Therefore, radical axis pairwise are concurrent. Okay, the point of concurrence is called a radical center. Students, important property about a radical center. The radical center of three given circles will be the center of another circle, fourth circle, which cut all the three circles orthogonally. So important thing is, these are three circles. Yeah, this is S1 equal to 0, this is S2 equal to 0 and S3 equal to 0. This is radical axis of these two, this is the radical axis these two circles, this is the radical axis of these two circles. Say L1 equal to 0, L2 equal to 0 and L3 equal to 0. So what this property is saying that this is the center for another circle. The circle is orthogonal to these three, and also the radius of fourth circle is the length of the tangent drawn from the radical center to any one of the circle. What it's saying that there exists a circle, okay, which is orthogonal to 3 and radius of the resulting circle, fourth circle, is nothing but, from here we need to draw tangent to any one of the circle, that length is taken as the radius. Okay, sure. This is the radical center for these three circles. Okay, so from this point you can draw two tangent to the circle 1. This, for this circle you can draw another two tangents. For this circle you can draw another tangent. Important thing is, this length equal to this length equal to this, all are equal. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 segments are having equal lengths. Means this point, this point, this point, this point, and these are same distance from this point. Through these points you can draw a circle. That is fourth circle. That only the required fourth circle. Okay, this circle is called fourth circle. So what is saying that if you tangent is drawn for fourth circle at this point, these two tangents are perpendicular. At this point a tangent is drawn for this circle, these two tangents are perpendicular. For this circle a tangent is drawn at this point, these two tangents are perpendicular. So here also tangent is drawn, these two are perpendicular, means that indirectly what is saying that the fourth circle is orthogonal to given three circles. Okay, and its radius is nothing but length of the tangent drawn from radical center to any one of the circle. Okay, one example problem based on previous property. Find the equation of a circle which cut the following circles orthogonally. We want to find another circle which cut these three circles orthogonally. Means required circle center is nothing but radical center of these three circles, and radius is nothing but from the radical center we need to draw any tangent to the any one of the circuits, length is taken as its radius. First of all, you want to find radical center. Means first of all you want to find any one of the radical axes, we want to solve, we will get radical center. First of all, I am taking this one as S1, this is S2, S3. Okay. Yeah, one of the radical axis is, yeah, S1 minus S2 equal to 0. This is 4x minus 4y minus 4 equal to 0, or x minus y minus 1 equal to 0. L2, I will take s2 minus s3, 0, 0, minus x minus 6x, plus 14y, minus 10 equal to 0, or 3x minus 7y plus 5 equal to 0. Solve these two, we will get the radical center. So first can be written as 7x minus 7y minus 7 equal to 0. This is 3x minus 7y plus 5 equal to 0. Subtract minus plus minus. Okay, plus 7x minus 3x plus 4x. Yeah, this is minus 12 equal to 0. So x equal to 3 got. So substitute this x value any one of the equation. Here I want to substitute 3 minus y minus 1 equal to 0, 2 minus y equal to 0, y equal to 2. So I got a radical center. Radical center is nothing but 3 comma 2. Now you want to find the radius of the required circle. That is nothing but the length of the tangents drawn from 3 comma to any one of the circle. So take first circle, radius of required circle, root s double 1, root over 3 square 9, 2 square 4, plus 3 plus 9, yeah, plus 4 plus 1. So 9, 9, 18, 18 plus 4, 22, 26, 27, not 27, okay, 27. 27 means 9 3s are, means 3 root 3. So what happened, Anna? Radius is 3 root 3. Now we can find the equation of the required circle. Equation of required circle. Center is this, x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equal r square means 27. So this is the equation of required circle. Okay students, our example 2, find the point from which tangents to these 3 circles are equal. Indirectly we want to find the radical center. Okay, first of all, this circle is not in standard form. I want to write all the circles in standard form. S1 means x square plus y square minus 8x plus 4y equal to 0. S2 x square plus y square minus 5x plus 5 ones are 5, 16. 5 ones are 5, 30. Okay. S3 nothing but x square plus y square minus 8x plus 16y plus 160 equal to 0. So first of all, I want to find one of the radical axes, say L1. L1 can be obtained from S1 minus S2. Yeah, cancel minus plus minus 3x. Okay, y not there. 4 plus 4y. Yeah, minus 16 equal to 0, or 3x minus 4y plus 16 equal to 0 is one of the radical axes. Another radical axis that can be obtained from S2 minus S3. Can 3x, y coefficient are there, minus 16y. This is minus 160, 16 should subtract 4, 5, 4, 144, minus 144 equal to 0. Okay. Now this is another radical axis. Solve these two. Then we get point of intersection of these two, only the radical center. So just I want to subtract L1 minus L2 minus, this is becomes plus means 12y plus means 16 plus 144, 160 only, 160 equal to 0, y equal to minus 160 by 12, 4 3s are 4 40s are. Okay, what you got, Nana? Here y is equal to minus 40 by 3. Now you want to find corresponding x by using any one of the equations. So I want to use this equation, Yeah, 3x minus 4 into y means what? Minus 40 by 3 plus 16 equal to 0. 9x plus 160. Yeah, plus 6 3s are 18. 48 equal to 0. Or 9x equal to 8 0 208 minus 208. Okay, x is equal to minus 208 by 9. Therefore, radical center RC I can say is nothing but what is that, Nana? Minus 208 by 9 comma minus 40 by 3.